Hello, this is the interview video topic, click one. It's a long PowerPoint, but I think that we'll move quickly through many of these, so hang in there with me. Plus, you can turn it off and turn it on again. And I'm going to be following along with the PowerPoint, so if I don't give you continuous eye contact, you'll understand that. My first page is just mentions the excitement that I always feel, as you noticed from one of my earlier tapes, in conducting qualitative research, and all of the various areas that you can delve into when you talk to people. First thing is make that person feel comfortable. That is just crucial, and I really do feel like it's what quantitative people would call a validity issue, what we would call trustworthiness, fidelity, goodness, but we'll run into some of those terms a little later. Then I have this picture that says not, which is putting the interview right in the person's face. Now, what we're going to go through are the uses of interviews and several different types of them. And so basically, you, through a methodology and, well, actually a problem theory and a methodology, you will decide if using interviews will help in answering your research question. And then I have a little picture of a guy who interviews as a typical man on the street, and I suppose if that was his research question and that's whom he needed to talk to, then I guess that's where he put the microphone. Okay, here's participant selection. Now, there are probably many, but two different intentions of interviewing that I'd like to get across to you. A lot of times, from a social science point of view, people don't realize that interviewing participants is not about just interviewing one participant pool and asking them all the same questions. In case study, for example, or in history, and you have two articles posted on that, the Redbud article by Jean Kate et al. And the Bennett article, my Bennett article, history, give you an example of that. Because if you're trying to establish a timeline of something, that's a history of sorts. And in most case studies, you do have well, all of them, I think, you have a historical element involved. So you would interview people about different phases of the history of an institution that they might have been a part of in the first few years, but not the later years that are a time period covering your study. So remember that. And we're going to talk about topical interviews later on, and I think that would be an example of a topical interview history that you had with the institution, maybe under investigation, or in my case, a biography of a person and when the participant had interactions with that person. So then there's a second type of interview, and which you think of probably more in a social science field, where you actually, your problem, your research question, and your purpose of the study is to find out about one experience of a group of people. And in the article I mentioned earlier, when I talked about problem and a few other issues, research question was my article with Wesley Long about the adolescent addicts who got clean in their teens, and asked them about their experience and gave examples maybe for you as an educator to see these people coming before it happens. The Atkinson's dissertation and the Nance dissertation, which are using one or the other of those in an assignment later on, both have interview participants in one pool asking them the same questions. Okay, we're going to continue with clip 2 in just a moment.
Anytime I do that, just wherever it's a convenient breaking point.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need to, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna edit that out, I promise. I was still talking.
Oh, okay.
It's still going.